Alan, you said a few weeks ago to me, expect ups and downs on this journey, and that was definitely a down today.
Massively. Got to give fair dues for Boston there. I thought they deserved the win, worked ever so hard, worked harder than us, and that's probably the most disappointing thing for me. We had loads of the ball first half, we had some great chances to probably be in front at half time. We should have been in front, but you can't give goals away like that. Really. We've done it all season, we work on things all season. It's just not dropping, the penny's not dropping with them, and it's going to have to change, unfortunately, because we can't keep doing that. We'll end up falling away if that's the case, because you can't defend the way we did. First one, to be honest, I think it's a free kick our way. The referee got that wrong and the linesman agreed. But then deal with the ball in the box, deal with the first header. We never won any first headers today. I think Burrow's probably had his best game he's had for a long, long time, and it was easy for him, and that's a disappointing thing. I'm sick and tired of seeing the same things, that a physical centre forward bullies our back lads, and that's what happened again today. So I felt for the midfield lads, because I thought they'd done exceptionally well, but we never had anything up front either. I thought we were shy. I think he has missed the chances, but them get the noses in front and defending from the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
So
we gave them something to hang on to, didn't we? Especially, I mean, we gave away the penalty, and then we gave them 2 goals in 4 minutes in the second half, and that was a big uphill task, and all they had to do was just defend in depth and make it hard.
No, it seems that we've done a similar thing last year when we were here. You give them something to cling on to straight away, do you know what I mean? They were in a fragile place at the time, and then we've given them something, and that's a disappointing thing. And to say I still think we should have been up at half time, by the way, with the chances we created, even though we weren't great. But then the second half, what we said at half time went in one ear out the other. We knew what they were going to do, we knew how they played. We were just playing counter attack, looking for the set players, and to concede 2 goals from set players is really poor, because basically it's just a little bit of desire, and that wasn't there today. Yes, Jas has been ill, but he's feeling it. He's had to come off. I should have probably took him off at half time, but he said he was fine. He said he was absolutely fine, but unfortunately it's cost us.
Yeah, and at times as well, maybe our final ball wasn't as good as it usually is. For
Forcing
example, there were 2 or 3 balls towards Ken Felix in the first half that were running out of play. Just
forcing it again rather than keep moving the ball. And when you look at, they played a 5-4-1 against it today, and where 3-4-3 as such, but defensively it was basically a 5-4-1, leaving Burrows up top and making it really compact for us. So we had to move them about to create the space, and we never done it quick enough. We never committed anyone. Everything was in front. But when we did get into them areas, as you say, the final ball let you down, or the finishing let we down. So the lads have got to pick themselves up now, and I've got to get them ready again on Tuesday, make sure that we're back in training nice and bright. But we're going to work on, I think I've said many times, if we're not going to win a game, don't lose it. But you're not going to win many games if you defend like that. That's a certainty. It's just basics. And that's the worst thing about it, it's just basics.
Yeah, it was sloppiness all round, wasn't it, unfortunately, and it has been our problem. We've been great some weeks, but not the next in terms of defence.
As I say, it's been a massive bugbear all season. We're trying all kinds, we're working on stuff constantly and changing personnel to try and put things right, but it doesn't legislate for just going to head the ball. That's what that boiled down to the day. It was not heading the ball, not being aggressive enough and being hungry enough to get the centre forward out of the way and head the ball. That's it. And when we come up against that type, it seems to cause a little bit of problems. And unfortunately, that's where you probably miss Mark Beck from set players. Unfortunately, it sounds a bit daft, but in both boxes you miss him, because he was massive forward in that end.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Do you think we missed a player of the stature of Mark Beck in both boxes? Maybe Hayes could have done with somebody else alongside him today to pick up 1 or 2 of those high balls.
Yeah, as I say, we ended up just putting up the Hayes against 3, and so we ended up changing formation, put Kane up alongside him and matching their diamond in the middle of the park. But it was forced. You know, every ball ended up being forced because them were sitting back, because we give them something to hang on to, so they could defend nice and deep. So it was hard to bring them out. And as I say, we've got to be better with the ball. That's a certainty. We need to be more patient with it. And it doesn't mean moving it sideways. I mean, we've got to be progressive with it. We've got to go into areas, come back out, move people about a lot quicker. But I thought today it was too pedestrian for me.
Yeah. I'll have to ask, any further forward, we're bringing in new blood?
Still working on it, we're still looking. It's tough out there because people think you've got money, and the silly money that they're asking for, I'm not willing to pay wages wise. Some people asking for more than what Becky was on, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I won't do that. it may cost us. I don't know, but I'm not willing to risk that. It's got to be value for money. I've said that since I've been here, but we do need some help. We do need another centre forward. Hopefully we've got Big Wheat coming back into it. He should be available for selection next week, hopefully. Touch wood, as long as he goes through the next 2 training sessions, he should be good to go.
Yeah, the next game's Leamington away, and you'll be wanting a positive reaction down there.
That's what I said to the lads. This has got a little bit of a... I don't know, this one bugs me a little bit more, to be honest, because I think watching the game, it looks as though we're just going to turn up and expect to win the game. And they need a massive reaction. We need a reaction like we did against Scarborough, where we got done at home, and then we got that reaction where everyone was at it. The intensity, the aggression, the desire, the fight, the work, everything was there, as well as the quality. So we need that kind of reaction from the lads. We know they've got it. That's the thing. We know, and that's what obviously bugs me more than anything. We know we've got it, but it's just when you let it drop to this level. But sometimes you've got to give the opposition credit as well.